got you.
Okay, great. All right. Question for you. John gave up a couple runs in the first inning. Looked like it took him a bit to settle into the game. How important is that trait for a pitcher where maybe he's not sharp early and even into the second, not hitting spots, but is able to fight through that and hold down the runs?
Well, I think it comes with experience, knowing that, the first inning is not the end all. There's a lot of baseball left, especially in this park. You got to, cinch that belt a little tighter, come out in the second inning, third inning, and put up a couple zeros. And John did that. So some mislocation with the fastball in the first inning. And then he found a little bit of rhythm. He wasn't as sharp as we've seen John. But nevertheless, 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. That says a little something about John's competitiveness, his ability to make pitches in certain parts of the game. And I think we saw that today. We've seen him sharper, but he battled through it. And I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing when you talk to John. But that was a good effort. He had a long inning in the fourth. I believe 27, 28 pitches of 2-out walk to Hayes. Had Reynolds 0-2 and walked him. And then came back and got a big out. So, I think John deserved the W in this one because he battled hard without, I don't want to say his best stuff because I thought his stuff was pretty good. He wasn't as sharp, but yet he did what he needed to do through 6 innings and only gave up 2 runs on a day he wasn't totally locked in.
Hey, one other thing. A couple of times in the series, you put Hampson out there against a right-hander, and I know the numbers haven't been great this year, but you're seeing him going the other way and doing some things to get hits there. You feel like he's stabilizing that part of his performance?
Well, there's, we're seeing the progress. I know that if you talk to Hampy today, he'll tell you that he's working on using the whole field. He's working on, hard contact to the right side. I was so excited when I saw the ground ball base hit by Frazier, and more excited when I saw the line drive double into right center. We've seen him lift the ball to right field for some extra base hits. His last at bat, he drove that ball, but it was in the air. He's working on the pitch away from him. Hitting the ball on the line or sharply on the ground to the right side. And we saw that today. So that tells me a young player is working on something and it's showing up in the game. So that's a really good sign for Hampy. Proud of him for the work that he's doing each and every day with the hitting guys. And I think that's the player he needs to be. The whole field hitter. He's got sneaky pop like we talked about. But the home run will come on mistake pitches by the pitcher. But he had some good pitches today away from him, right field for base hits. So I was proud of Hampy in that regard.
Thanks, buddy.
Dwayne, go ahead.
Hey, buddy. You had a sweep here over the Pirates a couple weeks ago. You had the home sweep over the Padres. You've had some games on the road that were winnable games that you had lost. Today, you reached the halfway point of the season. Do you see that perhaps that you're at a point now with the way you've been playing and some of the comments you've been making, like some of the comments you just made, where you might see the team kind of at a turning point where you might really kind of turn things around and play the way that you feel you're capable of playing and with it showing up as W's in the win column?
Well, what we've hoped for as a coaching staff, even and the players will tell you we want marked improvement in the total game. That each individual has something that they're working on. Each guy, for instance, Hampson, right? What I just talked about, and it's going to be here in the second half to see marked improvement on some of the things that the guys need to realize that they're working on. Hopefully, it shows up in games. Again, we feel good about our starting pitching, and there's some things we've identified with our starters that we think that they can work on here in the second half to help their overall game. The bullpen has been a little variable, as we've talked about. Each of those 9 guys, we're talking about specific things to, the challenges for them, to show up in the second half. And position players, down the line, each guy's working on something. So we're gonna measure that. We're gonna watch it as we go through the second half. Hopefully these things show up on the road. Some of these types of games where we hit the ball the other way, we execute some situations. We get key clutch hits. We get a pitch that is made. We get a defensive play that was made. Tapia made a nice play there in the 6th on that ball that was driven over his head. He made a leaping catch. That's a nice play. That's good to see Tap defensively do some really nice things. So it's all encompassing, what we're looking at and what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
Larry Patrick.
Yes, buddy. We've seen Dom Nunez have some, a good at bat today. He struggled a lot here in the last couple of weeks. What are you seeing from him as far as his struggles and trying to get out of it?
Yeah, it's it's something with a rookie catcher. 3 months into, 3 months into his, really truly big league career. Dom is truly noticing the difference between minor league baseball and big league baseball, and he's learning every day. And he's trying to do some things offensively within his hitting mechanics. I wouldn't say on the fly, but in his early work in the cage during batting practice, that he's trying to take into the game. I think the double today to left center was a great sign for Dom. Dom's been a little bit full happy here the first 3 months, but Don realizes that he has to make some adjustments, and he's trying to do them at the big league level, and it's hard because you're facing major league pitching every night, and to try to make those changes at times it's difficult. But he isn't letting it carry over to his defense, which is great. The defensive side he's doing fine. But it's good to see him draw a walk, get that opposite field double. So, Dom is, he continues every day to try to get better.